Hey guys, today I wanted to go through a brief review of two different Glocks. One is going to be the Model 17 and one is going to be the Model 21. The Model 17 that I have here is a 17 RTF2. Let me show you that. I have put the fiber optic sights on it, a Wolf match grade barrel, and there's some other differences on it, but for all basic reasons, it's just a basic Glock 17 Generation 3. Okay, so and you can see there's different series of scalps in it, but we'll go through that. And the next one is the glock21C, which means it has a ported barrel compensator. This is 45 ACP. It is a Generation 3, which because it has the finger grooves and it has the rail. And that's the same way you identify just about all of them. And so let's go ahead and we're going to start on the 17, then we're going to work to the 21, then we're going to do an overview on all of them. Okay, and this is the Glock 17. It is empty. Okay, the Glock 17 that I have here is chambered in 9mm. The capacity, stock from the factory, is 17 rounds. Okay. Don't forget, now they're going to be banning high capacity magazines, so this probably, you won't be able to get any more of these. You'll only be able to get 10. And what they do, like in California, you'll just have one line of witness holes and it'll go to 10. Now I don't know whether, I think they probably put a plug in there and just line it with 10. I don't know if they internally modify it. I don't know what they would do. I guess you'd have to buy a California modified one and take it apart. The as you can see, it is a Generation 4 magazine because it has a tab here, so it would fit in a Generation 4. The ones that aren't only have one tab. This has two, plus it has a tab up here, probably for a slim frame, because I know the 21 slim frames have this here also. But anyway, capacity, like I say, and here you're looking at 9mm. This is just basic ball ammo. I think this is federal, just target ammo. But you can see that's 17 rounds of 9mm that you can hold in here. FNX 9 holds 17 also. So the only difference is on these here, you can get the finger extension where you can add 2 and bring this up to 19. I think they make a 3 bringing it up to 20. And then they have some high capacity magazines. You can buy the magazine from a Model 17 that's a 17, but you can get the 33 round magazines that they do make in 9mm, and I actually have one of those for it. The 9mm is a very I can't say really effective. It's good, you know, like a target gun. Home defense, it would be good with the right round in it. I hear so many cases of people getting shot 5, 10, 15 times with 9mm before they stop. It's a nice gun. Defensive wise, I'm a 45 guy. Because if you look at the comparison here, look at the difference between them two bullets. There's nobody is going to tell me that 45 right here is not going to be more effective than that 9. There's just no way. He's got a lot of more metal hitting you, and especially if you have a hollow point. These are just ball ammo because these are my target ammo I'm using, showing you for this illustration. But the Glocks, pretty straightforward. Takedown is fairly easy. You have a little nick there. You just basically take your gun. I just take it kind of like that, back it till it clicks, press that down, and you can pull your barrel right off. Okay, the whole slide will come off. You can see down there I have it kind of shined up because I did polish all these parts in here, and it shines up. We put it back together. That's it. You're back on track, on task or whatever. This just has an extended slide release. You can get those for probably $6 or $7. I put some fiber optics on this particular gun. This is just showing some of the things you can accessorize your guns with. There is a match grade barrel in there, extended slide release. So they do make a few things for them to make them a little bit more effective. The trigger kits really do help. And the Ghost, they make the Ghost Ultimate trigger kits, will reduce your trigger pull. And if you polish it on top of it, like some of the videos I show, will definitely make the gun more effective. The RTF model here, just for those that don't know, they made an RTF2 and RTF3. The RTF2 was the only one that was released. You can get some of these; they are around. You're going to pay a little bit more for them. You know, it's a good gun once you get it. You know, it's out of the box. They're just great Glocks. They're just very effective. And of course, when we look at Glocks, we know that that's going to be the prime one they want to ban because of the capacity. See how high those are? And Glock is, you know, not a real pricey gun. You can get them for anywhere from $450 and up if you're in the used market. Now let's go up to the next one, and this is kind of a very big jump. We're going from the 17, we're going up to the 21, but we're not just going up to the 21, we're going up to the 21C. Let's pull this and I'll show you. The 21C, as you can already see a difference on it. Number one, it's 45 ACP. This is a generation 3 because, of course, we have the finger grips and you can see the rail. Okay, has your standard mag release on it, standard slide release, standard slide release there, and slide lock there, standard serrations. It's nothing special, but the thing it is kind of special. It has the compensated barrel. So we'll just lock it back and show you. The compensated barrel, what they do is they put 2 little holes in there. So when you fire the gun, you will be on more on targets. When you fire it, you get that extra gas coming out that helps push the barrel a little down, so there's not too much muzzle flip. It's supposed to actually help it a lot. The 21C is 45 ACP. Now this is why I say Glocks all out of the box come very high capacity. This one here holds 13 rounds. Okay, and I've got and you can see it's a generation 4 magazine because it's a slot there, slot here, and even this slot in there. So it's got all 3 of them. The generation 21 and 21SF, you cannot swap the magazines. They make some nice full-size magazines for these 45s. I had a few. I sold them before I got the 45. I bought them for 40 a piece. The 26 and sold them for 100 a piece. So if I can find them cheap enough, I'll definitely buy a few more for this gun. If not, I've got about 3 or 4 of these magazines, and this is more than enough right now. And as you can see, here's the business under this bullet. 45 ACP. Let me just give you a little story here. A lot of people, you know, get into, you know, what bullet's the best, which bullet's the worst. Well, the Army initially used to use the 38. Okay, their forces were getting killed. I mean, there was just the forces were just getting brutalized by the enemy. So they decided, they said, that they were using the 38 now. And they said, we need to come up with a new cartridge, something that is effective. So they designed and came up with the 45 ACP. And most of those were Colts, and everybody carried. And the Army had it for some time. They needed a chambered round that, you know, would shoot the person and stop him. What happened with the United Nations later, and all this Geneva Convention, they thought that the 45 ACP was inhumane. So the United Nations and the armies decided on the 9mm. And then they adapted the 9mm. The Special Forces, however, still use the Colts, the SIGs, the 45 caliber. They're thinking of going back to it. I know sometime there was that's the FNH, Herstal. They came out with the FNH Tactical, F&P Tactical, because they wanted that and to be the military trials for that 45. I don't think it made it, or they didn't do it, and they just kept the 9mm. But eventually, I think they're going to go back to 45. It's just a more effective round. It's a more of a stopper. I feel better having 45 than having a 9mm. But the 9mm is a nice target gun, and it is still a defensive gun too. And you know, I got this because capacity-wise, because of the bands that are coming down the pipe, things that might be happening. Now, the same thing on the 21C. Takedown, you know, like I say, is fairly easy. You cock it back, you drop the slide. See, I always, you know, sometimes I get goofed up here too. Okay, you pull it, and it comes apart. Okay, you'll notice from the factory, some of these have this gold like grease. Leave that on there. That's a lubricant that they use, which is better than probably what we would use. And here I did polish it a little, not much, but it is polished a little. This is the frame, basically how it looks. I will pull the barrel out for those that never seen this. Pull it out. Here's the barrel, basically how it looks. You can see it's got the 2 slots in it. Then there's the how the slide looks. Pop it back in. And however, I did polish that. I've got a video there, so I polished that up. Okay, and I'll just pop this slide back in. I'm going to definitely get a new spring here for this. Spring's okay, but I don't really care for it very much. But anyway, they work. Okay, now see, it's back. I also did I buffed out a lot of the parts in here and polished them, and the internal. So the internal system of this is a little bit more smoother. So those are the 2 Glocks that I wanted to go through the short review on. And you wonder, like, which was more effective? Well, if I pick it up, that's a great feel. I mean, that gun feels. Pick this one up, that's a great feel. They're very good feeling guns. Even, you know, my hand is fairly big, so I can wrap my fingers around that, and I would get a very good grip on that gun for firing. This one too, it's the rough texture, but I still would have a very good grip on that. Glocks are great defense guns. The nice thing about the Glocks, these here, they have a rail, so for defensive purposes, you could go out and get, you know, just a cheap little, this is called an Evo, and it's a pretty bright light, as you see. Okay, 190 lumen. Walmart's even got these. The nice thing about this, if you push that down, see how that's spring loaded there? It's a spring loaded rail system. So you could take this gun, and it goes on fairly fast. Press that down, and it's on. See that? And then you could just tighten a little, you're on, and you're ready to go. Take it off, you drop it, it's off. On this one, you're on. Take it. That's pretty tight too, see that? That's pretty tight for a rail. Take it, pick it off. I like that. I've had some Viridians. I don't like the Viridians because you gotta screw the damn things down. Even on my SIG, you see, I pop it on there. That's it. It's on. You know, I like that rail. It's a nice defensive item. It's you know, because then you can add any kind of light to it or whatever you want to do. Now on the bottom, as you notice, I'll take this one and I'll put the mag in there. There's a open area there. You can buy your grip plugs. They're usually about $5 or $6. They will plug in the bottom. Same thing with this. You could put a grip plug in there, and that would do the same thing. And then you could go ahead and you know, put that plug in there. Just one more thing about, I don't know if many people seen the 21C compensated. The gun itself, there's not a lot of flash. You know, this is not going to flash up in your eye. The gun is designed by Glock to work. Even if you put a fiber optic that goes in the center here, nothing's going to happen to it. You get your standard Glock picture like on this one. Like I say, when you put your fiber in this, you're going to get that kind. They do glow in the dark. These are pretty nice. I'll probably end up getting a pair for that when I can find a pair that'll fit. I do have some True Glows that maybe I'll put on there and do a video of the installation. But I wanted to show you here, like I say, this is the 21C 45 ACP Generation 3 compensated. I was lucky enough to pick this up at the gun show. I was at the gun show today. Not at the gun show, at the gun shop. And I got this for, it was like $649 plus tax. So that really is not a bad price for this gun here. They're going for over $7 now. Even just a regular like model 17 is going for like $639. So I got this with the compensated. I thought I got a sweet deal on that. I thought it was pretty good. I do have a threaded barrel coming in for this. I will try to get some videos out. I'm going to try to get them set, and maybe this week or the next few days I'll get them out. This, I don't have a suppressor for it, but I have the match barrel in there, and I took it out a few hundred rounds, and it's a dream to shoot. It really shoots good. But I like Glocks. I may get a 10mm conversion kit for this. I don't have to buy a whole gun now. So I would have a 9, a 10mm, and a 45. And I really wouldn't need anything more than that. But the next thing I'd like to do is just save up with my and get a Mac 10, full automatic Mac 10. I'm going to bypass semi-automatic guns because they're too much, and for the price you get a nice semi-automatic. You get a nice Mac 10 or Mac 11. Put it on my NFA license, and I'll have a little bit more of a gun. But I think we're all set for guns here. These are very, very good, effective, no matter which way you want to swing it or what you want to buy. Like I say, in the 9mm they make the 17, which is this one. They make the 19, which is a little shorter. And it takes like a 15-round magazine. Then they make like the 26, which takes a 10-round magazine. 26 will take all the magazines. The 19 will take the magazine for the 19, and the 17 will only take the 17. And the 21, which is 45 ACP, the 21, the 21C, the 21 SF. I think they make some other 45s in there. This is the full size. But I wanted to show you that, guys, and thanks for watching the video, and I hope it was interesting. And remember, join the NRA. I've got a link below, and subscribe. It always helps me put up more videos for you. Thanks a lot.